Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to the Dirt Sheet Radio NXT Heatwave post-show rewind. It is July the 7th, 2024. I am Tyler, the pro wrestling hipster. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves and let's talk about a fantastic show.
Already know what it is. Malik Wilson, 3NT Wrestling was goody.
What's up, everybody? It's Frank Kerner. I'm back. It's been a while. Missed you guys.
It has been a while. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Hell of a night to come back on, too, man. Guys, we are here to talk about NXT Heatwave. Now, before we get in to tonight's main event, I do need to give a shout out to our partner on the web, comicbookclick.com. As comicbookclick.com/dirtsheetradio for all of your comic book, pop culture, and professional wrestling needs. Articles, live updates on shows if you can't watch them live. Lots of fun. Make it your homepage. Check it multiple times a day, just like we do. Not because we're legally obligated to do so, but because we love it. Hey, and while you're over there, check out our latest sponsor, NordVPN, where if you sign up for 1 full year of NordVPN, you will get 72% off. You didn't hear that incorrectly. You don't need to adjust your volume. 72% off if you sign up through our website there. So head on over there after the show. Don't do it right now. Watch us first and then go over and sign up for NordVPN. But yeah, guys, tonight, the main event of the evening was Trick Williams defending against Javon Evans, Shawn Spears, and All Ego Ethan Page. The match went 17 minutes and 26 seconds, and I think in a bit of an upset win here, Ethan Page walks away with the NXT Championship. Bit of a kind of fell into the win, as it would be. Gentlemen, what did you think of this main event tonight? The outcome, what this means for Trick going forward, and how you think Ethan Page will carry the NXT Championship.
Go ahead, Frank.
Dude, that was crazy. I did not see that coming. I think it's a little too quick for Trick, but man, people hate Ethan. He got that hate going, so let's see what happens. I'm excited.
He's very good. He's very good at it.
Yeah. His song, dude, it's the most annoying song around.
I thought it was an amazing main event, man. The spots in there were unbelievable. But I'd be remiss to not sit here and say this was the Javon Evans show. I mean,
yeah,
everything that Javon Evans did in this match was amazing. Even the spot he took when Trick pushed him off of the apron into the announce table, and the crowd is chanting "R.I.P."
R.I.P.
Should tell you everything that you need to know. And Javon Evans was still able, after that nasty bump, to insert himself in the match to be involved in the finish, which I see people criticizing the finish. I wouldn't do that. That's amazing storytelling on their part for Ethan Page to pin Javon Evans, who he pinned to get in this match in the first place. I thought it was an amazing main event for an amazing PLE.
Absolutely. I agree. The match was quick paced. It was hard hitting. There were some fantastic high spots in that. Yeah, that spot of him getting shoved off the ropes and hitting through the announce table, that was brutal looking. It was a great shot for it. And then I loved Trick's response. Like, he kind of felt bad about it. Like, his face is like, man, I'm sorry. Like, it's you or me, brother. Like, that's it. Like,
it's business, right?
Like, yeah, exactly. Well, even before they had their first exchange, they had, a cool like handshake, and then, gave them respect and then went into it. And I like that. I like seeing that, mutual respect between faces on something like that. But yeah, the ending of the match was definitely an interesting finish. It protected a lot of people, which is hard to do. I mean, you protected like pretty much everybody in the match. I'd say even like you were saying, Javon was really protected because how much punishment he withstood and still got back in there. Everybody looked good coming out of this, I think. And I'm real interested to see what Ethan Page has to say on the mic Tuesday night, because he's damn good on the microphone, and he's a great heel character. I've been an Ethan Page fan for a long time.
I can't see.
And yeah, we can hear you, but we can't see you.
Quick question while he's getting something.
Yes.
So obviously this was an amazing fatal 4-way match. It seems like, in my opinion, I think they should run this back, but I don't think a pinfall would be the best thing to do. Do you think we see this again at a future pay-per-view, whatever the one is, Is Bash at the Beach next, or American Bash next?
So Bash is on August 6th, but it's going to be on Sci-Fi. So it's not like a PLE. So I'm sure they'll put some juice on it for sure.
Okay.
But I would think that their next big show is going to be SummerSlam weekend.
So do we do this again in a ladder match? Would you be okay with that?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And you know me, I'm not usually big on the multi-man matches. I prefer to, have that, that one-on-one or that two-on-two tag if you can make it happen that way. 9 times out of 10, I think that's going to be the right booking decision. But, man, with that, after tonight's performance, absolutely. I think that'd be a great way to do it.
Yeah, because everybody came out protected in the match. So it's not like you could look at this and be like, oh, well, this person doesn't deserve to be in another fatal four-way or deserves to be kicked out of the title picture. I'm with a ladder match. I would definitely do that for the next match between all 4 of them. I wouldn't break this up.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. And especially on the the big stage of it, of SummerSlam weekend, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, I could definitely go for that. But Malik Ben, anything else on the main event tonight, or shall we hop around to the start of the show?
No, let's get it. Go on.
All right, folks. So tonight's show emanated from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, as it did last night. So it makes complete sense. Crowd was hot from the get up. The opening of the show tonight was a little bit different. They made it look like the Peacock app, which totally didn't confuse me for like 20 seconds. Because I was like, look, I reached for the remote. I got dogs and cats, and they walk on everything. And, like, sometimes that Roku remote gets hit, and bam. So I'm like, but no. That was just, they're opening tonight. They're showing you how to get to Heatwave, I guess. But it was different. It was cool. I give them credit for trying something, a little outside the box. I guess the pre-show match, we'll hit that real quick. Was JC Jane and Jasmine Nix taking on Carmen Petrovic and Ariana Grace for the glory of Canada. As Ariana Grace, I want to say both Grace and Petrovic are from Toronto. Kind of got them on the card last minute there Tuesday night. But pretty solid tag match. This is the only match I don't have the time stamp for. But it was pretty solid. Willie, did you watch the pre-show tonight?
I didn't get to see the pre-show, but it was good to see Ariana Grace get a win, though.
Right? As rare an instance as that is on NXT television. And she's very good, too. That's the thing. Her character is incredible. She's annoying when she needs to be and can kind of be sympathetic. Tuesday night when she was, talking about how sad she was and remiss she was that she wasn't going to be performing in Toronto in front of her hometown. I felt bad for her, and generally you don't feel that bad for obnoxious heels.
Right.
But she's great. I dig this character, and it was cool to see her get a win today for sure. Yeah. Frank, did you watch the pre-show, or was I the only one that caught that tonight?
Frank joining us from Australia, everyone.
The Aurora effect is in full swing there. Frank, can you hear me?
Can you hear us, Frank?
Frank?
I don't think he can.
I don't think he can hear us. All right, but so we'll move on from the pre-show match. Now it's all Frank. It's all Frank. We'll move on to the pre-show match to tonight's opening bout. The opening match on the main card was the North American Championship match. Oba Femi defending against Wes Lee. What an opening match. Holy hell, man. Like, this set the pace and the tone for the night. It was well-paced. It was hard-hitting. Oba Femi is a beast. You're talking about feeling sympathy for characters on the screen. I felt so bad for Wes Lee. Like, it looked so painful and just damaging those back rakes and those, it was rough, man. It was a hell of a match, though. Lee sold his ass off for Oba Femi. And when it was said and done, Oba Femi came out on top in 16 minutes and 18 seconds. Malik, man, what did you think of this opening match?
Not surprised about the finish. Amazing match, by the way. It looked slow. It looked like Wes Lee was just going to get ran over for about 6-7 minutes of the match. He didn't get too much offense in. Oba Femi is probably the scariest superstar in WWE to me after what I just seen. He literally tossed Wes Lee all over the ring with little to no effort. I didn't want Obafemi to lose this match,
Right.
But I watching this match, I can understand why if he was to lose this match, because it's automatically in the title picture for Obafemi. So we see that stardom is right there for him. I don't know who you put him up in there with again. You know what I'm saying? I don't see who's the next legitimate challenger for Obafemi at this point. But amazing match. And Wesley, keep your head up, bro. Keep your head up. It's Obafemi, dog. Like, I don't know what you want us to say.
I mean, and they had some believable spots. There were some, some believable near falls and some really good comeback moments for Wes tonight. And I mean, he's Cardiac Kid. He's a comeback kid. Like, that's kind of his role in the ring, is that underdog position. Sami Zayn, except he's actually an underdog. Like, but it was great. He looked good, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. But they did tease Tuesday night he will be addressing his future with NXT. Now, do you think he might be main roster bound sooner rather than later?
Go ahead, John.
You asked a question that kind of was. No, I wasn't gonna ask should he be main roster bound. I was on the other side of the world with that. I was trying to send him to Japan. He needs global experience. I know that he's a big boy and he looks great in the ring with the people that he's been in the ring with in NXT, but the main roster is not that. Like NXT is the main roster with training wheels. I don't want to see them take off Obafemi's training wheels and then he falls. You know what I'm saying?
I was talking about Wes. I was talking about Wes going up.
Oh no, but I was gonna bring up Obafemi specifically because he's so fucking good. He's so good that I think there's gonna be an urge to fast track him. Like, why? Or we must be wasting him down here. But that's like
if VKM was still running the show, he'd have been on the roster or the main roster a month and a half.
Absolutely.
Ago.
Look at Omos. He wasn't supposed to be up there, man, and now he's up there floundering. If they had to get him this kind of run down here, not even just that same kind of booking, just like a year or two.
Right.
But that's why I really wanted to say I love Obafemi. Like, since I first saw the motherfucker, I was like, this is money. But also, I would love to see them send him to like Japan or use these partnerships that they have to put him in the ring without the rehearsal, like without the PC stuff, so that he can wrestle and get that under his wing. Because if he comes to the main roster with global experience, Obafemi is going to be a megastar. Like, he's going to be on lunch boxes. He is a lunch box. Look at this motherfucker. No, I did. I wanted to say that. I just jump in real fast. You guys enjoy it. I'll be in the back.
All right. On.
To answer your question, please don't send him up to the main roster. Carmelo Hayes was a superstar at NXT, and he's yet to still find his footing in the main roster. And I feel like if you put Wes Lee up there, he's going to get lost in the sauce. I'm sorry. It ain't got nothing to do with his talent. It's just that the talent level that's on the main roster and the storylines that they're building up right now, I don't see where Wes Lee fits in any of that currently. What I would do with Wes Lee, though, we'll talk about that later. We will talk about his segment and what I think is next, but I would keep him in NXT right now. I think a little bit of a change in his character, a little bit would work. So hopefully that's what's going to happen in the future.
Right on. All right, well, we will hop from there to our next match on the card. Kelani Jordan, the Women's North American Champion, defending against Sol Ruca. This was a fantastic match. Kelani Jordan retains the championship in 11 minutes and 37 seconds. I don't think I'm over or being hyperbolic here when I say this is Kelani Jordan's best match in NXT.
No, you're
bar
not.
none. This is her best match. This may be Sol Ruca's best match. It's definitely among her best performances. This might be her best as well. They tore it down tonight. Like, this was fantastic. I gotta say, I was going into this match with some pretty low expectations, with all due respect to Kelani, because she turned it the hell up tonight. And now I want to see her keep running with that championship. Keep doing performances like this. And like, damn, like, I don't know if they lit a fire under her, if she saw the criticism, if she heard Shawn's comments on the media call Wednesday morning, but she was motivated tonight. Damn, but so I'm rambling on and on, man. Malik, what'd you think of this?
Kelani Jordan made me a believer tonight. She did. I said on shout out to 3&T and them boys. We did a live show. I was concerned about Kelani Jordan in her title reign because of the mic work that I've seen the past few matches that she's had, especially as North American Women's Champion. It didn't seem like she was fitting for that. Like maybe they should have put the title on Ruca for the inaugural champion. Kelani Jordan showed today that no, they chose the right person. It was an amazing match between two friends who told a story that they were friends. There was nothing that showed a heel turn from her or Ruca. I can't even really count on my hand how many punches were thrown. It was like a classic wrestling match. And shout out to Ruca, by the way. The 450 splash into the clothesline was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Shout out to those two women, and please keep this up. I actually want to see this. I want to see this match again. I really do. But hopefully Kelani Jordan can take the momentum that she made from Heatwave and continuing to prove that she does deserve that North American Women's Champion. Shout out to Kelani Jordan for that.
Yeah, hell of a match, hell of a performance. It was that she really turned it on. Like you said, man, I'm with you, Malik. She made me a believer in her tonight. And we talk about that a lot on NXT. NXT is so damn good at doing that. Like, and it can happen that fast from Tuesday to tonight. I now have the faith in her to carry that championship and to, really push herself into the records books as the inaugural NXT championship and to have that inaugural run be fantastic. This was a just great showing for her. That was it. Nobody doesn't like Kelani.
I like to let. Normally, I'll sit behind and I'll, everybody was impressed with Kelani Jordan tonight, and I would just be like, yeah, that's fine. I decided I wanted to stir the pot real fast. There is a staggering difference between today and the last couple performances we've seen from Kelani Jordan, and you got to ask yourself, like, what's the X factor? Like, what's the difference between now and those situations? There's a couple, two of them, actually. One of those is the real life, camaraderie and friendship between these two women here, where it's like chemistry comes when you know that you're in there with somebody that you don't have to be nervous with. Like there's that, and then there's also the NXT match. The pay-per-view matches get a little more time to hammer together, if you know what I mean. Not to break anybody's illusion here, but I think the big test for her now is going to be putting together better performances with a shorter amount of preparation time, and people that she's not comfortable with. Because this is a great performance, and it shows that she's capable of it. But if she can only have it with the proper amount of preparation and the right people in the ring, then that's not going to be of use, especially on the main roster where people probably don't even like you just because you're pretty and you're young, But that's just me stirring a pot. I wanted to be a dick. I'm sorry, Kelani Jordan.
No, there's a third reason too. There's a third reason too. John missed one. Ruca is damn good. Like, that's another variable that you throw in that match of why Kelani Jordan did so well. Well, you put her in there with somebody who's matching her athleticism.
Yep. And Soul's incredible.
Soul is amazing. Selling what she does, everything about Soul is amazing.
This is a really weird comparison, and I don't even know how people are going to react when I say this out loud. But like the amount of movement that Ruca is able to create, to me, is reminiscent of Rick Rude. And I know that's a really weird comparison, but like he was able to bounce around that ring, and his athleticism was so great that he could literally work with a broomstick, or in his case, the Ultimate Warrior, and make that person look credible. And I view her that same way. I don't know why. That's where I went with that in my head. But like, she creates movement like Rick Rude. Yeah. That's it.
I see it.
But yeah, it was a hell of a match. But I do agree with John there. I do want to see Kelani recreate this. Friends wrestle each other very, very well. That is a fact. It's a safety thing. It's a trust thing. It's a comfortability thing. But yeah, tonight was an amazing showing.
Quick question. Do we turn Soul? Do we go with my ideas and do we turn Ruca heel so we can continue this for a couple of months? Do we do that? Do like even though she had this great performance, right? Do we still need to protect Kelani Jordan for a little bit and have her capitalize off of this and maybe turn Soul Ruca heel to see what other character works he could do other than the surfer lady?
I would like to see what kind of chops Soul has as a heel. I would absolutely see, again, like, leading that Rick Rude thing, but I would like to see that. I was expecting her to turn tonight. I really was. I was surprised that they remained friends at the end of that match. Raised hands, walked down the ramp, everything. I really thought that, because they held that camera angle for a real long time tonight.
The celebration.
And Soul was just back there. I'm just like, here it comes. Evil Ruca, we're doing it. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So, I don't know if that's something they, would have considered. We've talked about it a lot on the show. We thought it was going to be a real possibility because, like you said a few weeks ago, she was wearing all black. And, like, when a character that's that colorful and that bright and sunny does that, that's usually a pretty big indication, but could be a slow burn, too. This could be a thing where she kind of builds, envy with her friend and kind of they play it that way. And if that's the case, that would give Kelani a little more time to have, a few more matches in her belt before they run this match back. Yeah. But again, though, fantastic match. You're going to hear me say that pretty much everything that happened tonight. Every match was fucking great. So, and I will say this was the shortest match of the night too, at just under 12 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. This was the shortest one, 11:37.
Okay.
Well, now, other than the pre-show, I don't have the time on the pre-show match, so that one probably was shorter, but.
Hello, Frank. Were you able to? Can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me or no?
Oh shit!
Yeah, we can hear
I can hear you.
We got
Can
it.
you hear us? Can you hear us?
Nope.
No?
Pain.
Can you hear us? Hear me?
Can you hear me? It's all good. We'll move
Tell
forward.
me, can you
Frank
hear
will-
me? Tell me, can you see me?
Frank will join us as he can. I'll get out of the way.
All right, so that's going to take us up to the Tag Team Championship match. Axiom and Nathan Fraser taking on Chase U. Axiom and Nathan Fraser hold it together, retain their championships in 16 minutes and 49 seconds. They have teased a lot of dissension with Axiom and Nathan Fraser. Nathan Frazier, Jesus, he didn't show up till like 20 minutes before they went live tonight. Like, he's been, part of the candle at both ends. And they had a little bit of a miscommunication tonight that almost cost them the championship. But when it was all said and done, Axiom and Nathan Fraser held those championships high, and hell of a match tonight. This might have been one of Chase U's best tag matches as well. What do you guys think of this one? And with Axiom and Nathan Fraser retaining, what do you think's the future for the NXT Tag Team Championship?
Chase U is going to make me relax on their criticism for a few weeks because of this match. I thought it was an amazing match from Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. It was just an amazing match all the way around. I like what WWE is doing right now because it seems like they're swerving us. Because it's like I was expecting Axiom and Nathan Frazier to turn on each other this match. We saw the dissension in the match with the accidental super kick and all this type of stuff. So I expected them to kind of lose because I didn't think they would make it out of this match as a tag team. I figured it was over, but WWE is slow building that. So it was an amazing match. I kind of thought this was going to be match of the night until we got what we got in the main event. So an amazing match from both teams.
Can I say something really fast? I'm so happy to see that everyone is happy with Chase U now because Harlem Bravado is he's been wrestling for a long time. Andre Chase, I've been watching this motherfucker on the indies for so long. And I mean, he was so old when they finally, not old, but wrestling old, when he finally got the WWE job, that he's been doing this Chase U stuff. And it's like, it's the Higginbottom High shit. So you never get to see him do this. Yeah. What he got to do tonight, and everyone. I see a lot of people are surprised. Like a lot of people didn't even know he could do this, and that kills me. That hurts me because the Bravado brothers were the shit.
So hold on. His name was Harlem Bravado.
Yes,
that is one of the coolest fucking indie names I've ever heard. Like that is sick. Like, they should have let him keep that. Yeah, I mean, then it couldn't be Chase U. It'd be Bravado U.
That's even better.
Yeah. That's
I love
awesome.
That's awesome. But yeah, I did want to say that while we were giving Chase you their props, that I'm happy. I'm happy y'all are happy.
Yeah. And I will say this. Shout out to Rich Holland. They lost because you weren't there, bud. Let's go keep it real. If Rich Holland was on ringside, Chase, you would be walking out of there with the tag team champion. So you need to put some respect on Rich Holland's name.
And I dug that. I dug that as a story element here, because that's going to just cause a little more conflict in there, and everyone's going to be like, because when he cheated on an exam, so they didn't let him go to Canada. Like, you're not a real college,
right? Right.
Like, it's about wins and losses, guys. Like, come on. Like, so what? He looked at someone else's Scantron. What's it matter? I don't even know if they're still using Scantrons. I'm 39, guys. I don't know if that's still a thing.
Well, one more question for y'all. How long before we get that good 5-star certified hood classic Axiom versus Nathan Frazier? It's coming, man. I need this immediately, actually. And I don't know if we have to wait for them to break up to do it. They've been teasing this, we have problems, but we're still champions thing. Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio had a fucking WrestleMania match against each other as tag team champions. I think.
I think Shawn Michaels and Steve Austin at King of the Ring 96.
Oh, you're right.
When they were tag champs, they were
97.
97.
96 is the big one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I got Frank back with shit connection. He says under his head. Can you hear us?
Yeah. That's what happened.
Oh shit! Okay, that's enough of me then.
When I live in a redneck town, man, that's what I gotta deal with.
Well, we're still kind of chatting about Chase U and taking on Axiom and Nathan Frazier. Man, what do you think of that tag title match?
Dude, they killed it. I wasn't looking forward to Chase U, to be honest. And they made me a believer. They killed it, man. I don't know what they're doing with Duke, but he doesn't fit. But that guy, he's
Duke's like I think it was just that he was in there with Frazier and Axiom, but Duke's a lot bigger than I thought he was.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's strong too. He's tossing them all around. He looked good. What do you think they should do with them long term? That's the thing.
With Chase U or Axiom and Frazier?
Chase U.
Chase U? I mean, I feel like they've been such a, Hickenbottom High mainstay at this point. I feel like they're always going to have some sort of presence down there. Yeah. Like, I don't see it ever being an act that gets moved up to the main roster. I can see people in Chase U eventually going to the main roster. Sadly, other than Andre, because he kind of need to be there to, continue fostering the university talent. Because I like them, man. It's fun. Like it's sometimes, it can be a little hokey, a little corny, but like overall, they're just, damningly lovable characters. Even Rich Holland at this point, the big ass Muppet, like all of them, like you just kind of want to be like, oh, you guys, like you just want to be their friends. Like it's lovely. It's almost cute. Like their camaraderie is just adorable. And there's always room in professional wrestling for something a little adorable, and Chase U provides that on NXT.
I was thinking,
I'll be fine with them. Oh, go ahead, Frank. My bad.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, no. I was gonna say, do you think they'll ever blend with Alpha Academy? Do like a merger?
I was surprised they didn't interact more than they did when Alpha Academy was doing some spots down in NXT. I don't even know what Alpha Academy is going to be doing right now. I mean, are Otis and Tozawa and Maxine still technically Alpha Academy?
I guess. I mean,
bro, they had Chad Gable approach this man in catering.
Right? In catering, God.
I was like, nah, this ain't right. Like, there's something got to be done about this.
He's a menace. Chad Gable's a menace.
Chad is gold.
Yes, he very much is. That bump he took last night too, coming off that the briefcase. Damn. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think Chase U's a main roster act. As much as I enjoyed on NXT, I just don't think it would work up there. And there are things in NXT that don't translate to Raw or SmackDown, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Some stuff can be a little more indie, and it's fun and it works down there. But again, like I said, I can see people going up, but not the group as a whole.
Yeah. I think the thing that makes it tough about them for me is that the corny stuff is cool, but the match has to be like the payoff.
Mhm.
So if they can continue to have matches like they had tonight, I might consider, hey, maybe you might be able to bring Chase U to the main roster. It's just that they have to have amazing performances like this in order to make it a more believable thing. Like, all right, we could bring this up to the main roster. It may not be like a top tier tag team or anything like that. But if they can have matches like they had tonight, sky's the limit for Chase U. So shout out to y'all, because I've been killing y'all for weeks. So shout out to Chase U, man.
For weeks, man, you've been going against Chase U for longer than that. I'm pretty sure.
Since I got here.
Yeah. Like it's been since go, man.
Since I got here. So that says a lot, man.
But no, like I think that they have wheels as a babyface act. I think Thea Hale definitely is a character that kids could get behind. Yeah, and she's good. And she is good. She's good on the mic. And I think that I don't know why, but like that energy, I feel like it's something that's infectious to like younger wrestling fans, and you got to have that sort of stuff on the shows too. And she is good, and she can kind of back that up in the ring, and she's learning and getting better week to week. And I say this often, I'm a big facial expression guy in pro wrestling. I think and scream it to the back seats, and sometimes her expressions can get a little bit on the cartoony side, but I think that she is damn good at it, and I don't want her to change it. Don't tone it down, keep it that up. That's something that she's going to be known for. I'm telling you, we're talking 20 years from now when her career's winding down, people are gonna be like, she had the best facial expressions of any woman wrestler that ever lived, bar none. Calling it now. Her facial expressions are fucking awesome. And that again, and maybe that's because I'm a theater kid. And like that's to me, like that's that nonverbal thing. Like I love it, and it's something I look for. And hell, it's pro wrestling is in large part theater. So
yeah, facial expressions is what I think took Roman Reigns to the next level. So I agree with you. That's one thing that I noticed in the difference with Roman Reigns in between suffering succotash Roman Reigns and tribal chief Roman Reigns was his facial expressions in certain moments. So when he was talking shit to the crowd or his opponent or whatever, it was his facial expressions that showed you the next level of Roman Reigns. So I totally agree with you there. I'm a big person with that too.
Talk about before.
Yep.
You got some great ones.
It makes a difference. It makes a difference. And she's memeable as all get out. Like, it's great. All right.
Hey, Frank, brother, you probably gotta lean into the mic a little bit. Just a little bit.
All right. I didn't know if it was too loud. My bad. It's good now?
No. We can barely hear you.
Oh, damn. All right. Is that better?
Yeah, it's the same. I think it might be your iPad mic that is picking up your voice rather than your mic. It seems like you're far away.
Maybe, yeah. I got a messed up.
It's all good. I actually hear you better now. You should probably just yell at it. No.
I'll scream at you guys. What's up?
Actually, I swear that was bad. That was great.
Yeah.
I'll be all hoarse and shit afterwards. Like
Oh.
yelling at me.
Why is it so loud over there? The kids will do that too. Like it's our week with the kids, and there was one morning where our 10-year-old, she was just like, I could hear you last night yelling, and it's just like, yeah, and I can hear you slamming a bathroom door at 2:00 in the morning. So let's chat about that. Kids, y'all, love them. But yeah, this was a great match. Like you were saying, like this is one of the best showings JC's had in a tag performance. Loved it. And again, like I didn't know, I was unfamiliar with Andre Chase's game.
Me too.
Honestly, like I didn't know,
Yeah.
I didn't know that he had chops like that. I didn't know. I'd never seen him work on the independents. I had no idea.
Me neither.
Learn something every day here at DSR, folks. But yeah, it was great. But anything else on that match, gentlemen?
No, just seeing Andre Chase pull out a Canadian destroyer blew my mind today.
Yeah.
What? Like, oh, okay, he can wrestle for real. Where's this pin? Like, he's making me look like an asshole up here. Like, come on, Andre.
Really,
you can do better.
I viewed him as a glorified manager for the
Me
most
too.
part. Like,
Me too.
I'm like, okay, I'm like,
Yeah.
he can take a few bumps. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
but maybe for some reason that he decided he was better at this role. But no, damn, the dude can wrestle.
Yeah,
Like,
man, yeah.
It was good. It was damn good.
Well,
But,
Duke, too. He didn't do
yeah.
much ever.
No, and Duke, I think, really benefited from being in there with a couple guys that can fly around too. Like he's a guy that, like he's big, he's built. You want someone that can be flung around a bit and make you look even stronger than you might even be. But yeah, everybody looked good in this. Everybody came out looking good. And yeah, I think the story Tuesday is going to be damn it, Andre, if you'd let Rich be there, we'd be holding the gold right now.
Mm-hmm. But what about Axiom and Nathan Frazier? They kind of had a little beef going or whatever, little miscommunications a couple times.
I think they could have a friendly match at the Bash.
Yeah.
Oh, so you want them to have a match against each other? Ooh, that's
Frazier.
I don't think it's going to end friendly, Tyler.
They can shake hands. Honor system before and after, just like ROH used to be. No, I believe.
We're far past that. No way.
We're past friendliness after this.
Yeah.
Civility is dead.
Yeah.
You know what? That's actually true. When we talked a little bit ago, like when they did that angle with HBK and Steve Austin in '97, it didn't really end well for them. But they were already kind of going at it. They'd already had count out losses to like LOD and stuff like that due to them, fighting during matches and stuff. But I don't know. Maybe they can burn it a little more slowly that way if they did kind of go that route. And hell, Shawn was in that angle. Of course, he could, just run that back. Right. What's old is new again, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
But no, I love to see them wrestle each other. But that's selfish of me, I think.
No,
because I love them as a team too. They're a great fucking tag team.
I want to see them wrestle each other too, because I don't think there's anybody in the ring that can keep up with each other's speed other than Axiom and Nathan Frazier. There's nobody else. You know that slowdown effect they do when they make their entrance? They're going to have to air the entire match through that. Like, otherwise they're not going to be able to see shit. Like, yeah, eventually they're going to tear the roof off of a place together, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. But after that, we had a backstage segment with Wes Lee. Cut a promo back there. Very upset with his loss tonight to Femi, and said that he will address his future Tuesday night on NXT. Now, Malik, earlier you said you had some thoughts about this and the direction that he could be going. What do you think they're planning with Wes? Heel turn. You gotta go heel, brother. You gotta go heel, brother. You have to. You have to embrace the dark side in situations like this. You have to. You did everything you could. You came back. You had 2 title matches. This is the second title match against Femi, correct? Yep. Didn't work. The good guy stuff. Sometimes, man, it's great to be a good guy, but if you're not winning, oh man, you know what to do, Wesley. I'm gonna need to see a savage version of Wesley to try to reclaim was once again was his. I need to see that side of Wesley. I think it's time.
I'd like to see that, and he's good on the mic, and I think he's got the promo chops to turn a crowd against him. And I don't know what way they go about doing that. If it's one of those I give my body to you guys, and you cheer Femi when he beats me, like you cheered him, that'd be I'm with you, man. I'm with you, and I feel like we're kind of leaning that way with several characters right now in NXT, where it's time to give him that chance, let him run with it. Let him go the rest of the summer, at least as a heel. Yeah, I could definitely get behind that, man. That'd be awesome.
Can we send him to Impact to be with his brothers? They're just there without him.
I thought about that too, John. I thought about maybe he needs to go to TNA for a little bit. Maybe
that can be it.
There and cook.
I would really like that, just for the fact that Zachary Wentz got kind of screwed over. Not to get totally into that thing, but just see them all back together for a bit. But that was my thought on it.
Yeah, that'd be rad. It's so much is up in the air with that. I'm addressing my future Tuesday is very vague. It can go a lot of directions. And I mean, we already have kind of assumed that Brooks Jensen's going to be heading that way. And I'm not going to pop into spoilers and stuff, but there have been some appearances that have happened and whatnot. But there's a lot of, and Shawn even said on the media call that he would not go into specifics about it, but there was more to come, and that he was excited about it. So this talent exchange is great. I think both sides are going to benefit heavily from this. Yeah. But, all right. So let's see. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything there. And so after that, they did announce that the Great American Bash would be taking place on August 6th on the Sci-Fi Network. And folks, if anyone's curious, it's the Olympics. The Olympics are taking place. So that's why it's going to be on Sci-Fi. So, just hammer it in. They just need to hammer that in over the next month that it's going to be on Sci-Fi so people actually turn over there to watch it. They're going to take I'm sure a little bit of a dip there, but it happens every time you pop around networks and stuff. It happens with, SmackDown on FS1. Anytime you got to move your regular time slot around for any reason. I guess, the Olympics, as a sporting event. All right. So that is going to take us into the last match we'll be discussing here tonight, the NXT Women's Championship match. Lola Vice taking on Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez, I think, relatively predictably, retained her championship here tonight in 13 minutes and 9 seconds via multiple pop rocks. One of which was looked a little rough there. Yeah. And then she got pissed and pulled her up. Roxy looked pissed on that.
You're catching his pop rocks. Yeah.
But other than that botched pop rocks there before the last one, I thought this match was, again, fantastic. Bell to bell. Everybody looked really good. I thought Roxanne was going to win going into this, but there were moments where I thought maybe they were going to do it. Maybe they were going to, switch the belt to Lola and let her have a run with it. But it was great. It was a great match. Like I said, everyone looked good. But what you think of this one, Billy?
To be honest with you, I'm not mad at the botch. I think the botch actually helped Roxanne Perez, and it's hard for that to happen. I think botching the pop rocks and Roxanne getting pissed off and pulling your ass up and bringing you back to the middle of the ring to make sure you get that pop rocks boosts her heel run to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. I don't know if I'm just the only person that feels that way, because I know how people feel about botches. But we've been so critical of Roxanne Perez heel run and it not feel natural, that having that happen and her be able to capitalize off of that made her seem a little bit more sinister.
Well, yeah, I absolutely, like, that showed a different level of aggression. Like, I thought she was going to tear her friggin' top. Like, she really yanked that thing over. And you're right. Like, that opportunity would not have been there had that botch not occurred. And also, big props to Roxanne Perez for that quickly recovering from that. There was no stall in her. It was seamless. That they rolled over. She came back up and pulled her in and hit it again and hit her for the pin. That is like main roster acumen. That is the kind of shit that you need to be able to do when you go up. Shit's going to go wrong in a wrestling match from time to time, and you have to be able to recover on the fly, hopefully without people even noticing that you're recovering. And she did a great job of that. So you know what, man? I'm not going to complain about the botch.
You know why she get respect from me? Because Lola Vice actually knocked her ass out. So she did that shit. brave little Roxanne.
That's what makes it gangster, John. Is that you're in there with a real MMA fighter. Like, hey, yo, I don't think you should get too rough with Lola, because she can give you a hell of a receipt. But hey, respect to Roxanne, and respect to Lola Vice. I know I just gave Roxanne Perez all of this credit. Lola Vice showed that, hey, you deserve to be in this title picture. So she had an amazing performance as well. The looks, the moves, everything about Lola Vice screams star to me at this point. I have not been able to see that these last few weeks. Or I remember when she cashed in that contract and we killed her for it. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
She's done a nice job being able to rehabilitate herself since that moment. And now we see the star potential that Lola Vice has. So salute to her.
Yeah, she again, like we said,
Frank, we can't hear you. We're not trying to ignore you, I swear. I saw you trying to talk, and then Tyler just talked, and I'm sure Frank is like, hey, what the fuck? It's all good though. What were you saying, Tyler?
Shit, what was I saying?
I don't know. I got distracted.
It's not even that late. Usually I can hinge on that when I fall off my train of thought.
Was it about Lola Vice? Because I said the rehabilitation said she.
Oh yeah, it's exactly. With NXT, we said a lot about folks. It's like, in a very short span, they can take a fumble and just really correct course and have someone just start to shoot back up that ladder. And she's another example of that. Like that her underground match, recently was fantastic. She's a badass. And it's an interesting dichotomy as a character that she strikes between like the vibrant, just blatantly, twerking and like the ass kicking. Like it's an interesting split of a character, and she's going to go far. And not just because of that. She's got everything it takes to be a flat out superstar. Everything.
A true Boricua, man. I love
again, I gave her a lot of shit on Tuesday for trying to cry in a promo when you can't cry. But like, again, just correct course, just don't do that. You're good. You're good. Like, and I noticed too when they were showing the kind of the video recap of that promo, they did not show her face when she was crying. But like she's amazing in ring, and again, like other than Tuesday, she's good on the mic too. And she's that character. She can play a hard edge heel where she's going to go in there and hurt you, but I think she can also play a character that's relatively kid friendly. When they go main roster, she'll probably be on Netflix. That's all I'm saying.
Definitely. Definitely on Netflix. Yep, I agree. I definitely agree.
But yeah, Frank, we can't hear you, man. I'm so sorry. Like this is. I swear, it's always one of us is always having some kind of technical issue around here, guys. That's the joy of live radio.
That's all good. I thought it was funny that he was sideways in the corner, but you're actually muted entirely. Yeah, we can hear nothing. Silence.
But anything else on that match?
No, that was it.
All right. I think after that we just had a couple quick little segments. They had the Brooks Jensen segment that Shawn Michaels narrated. I think it was the same one that they had on Tuesday night. And again, so they'll just be discussing his future on Tuesday. A lot of futures being discussed on Tuesday, I guess. Lexus King had a quick little promo. He'll be getting a Heritage Cup title match Tuesday night. So looking forward to that. Yeah, they had a little right after that. They had Tony D'Angelo's rebuttal, which he threatened to slap that fake beard off his face. So, and then he says he's just going to go back and water his basil plants. Tony D'Angelo is amazing.
Yeah, he is, man. Yeah.
Again, another character that I didn't really have a lot of faith in as someone who I thought could ever be on the main roster successfully, and now I think he can. Yeah. Like he's clever. He's good in the ring. He's good on the mic. Like I think they could tweak the mob gimmick to work at the main roster. But like it was great. But yeah, so he and Lexus King will be having a Heritage Cup match come Tuesday night. So looking forward to that. Yeah. But anything else? Yeah, we can.
Holy shit. Dude, today's not my day. My first day back in a long time, and the gods are not with me, man. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
It happens, man. It happens. But we were just kind of rounding out the end of the show here. We're just finishing up talking about Roxanne Perez and goodness gracious, my head just fell out of my. Thank you, Perez and Vice. Yeah, what'd you think of that NXT Women's Title match, Frank?
Dude, they're both good. Lola, she's gonna be a superstar. I don't know if she's gonna work as a face though. I can't see that too much, because just her personality. But as a heel, she's money. And Roxanne could go either way, heel or face. She just got to work on her botches though. That one she recovered well, but in general she botches a lot.
Yeah, it's getting tighter, and Malik actually made me a botch believer in that tonight. I can't complain about that one after Malik's defense of it, because it did give her that opportunity to just look so vicious.
Yeah,
and I hope she can keep that going forward. If they're going to keep her heel for a while, at least for maybe the what's left of her NXT run. I'm sure. I mean, again, we see this about so many people. Like, she's someone who's pretty close to being ready to be called. We thought she was going to get called up on that last round, and she didn't.
Yeah.
But I think if they're going to keep her heel for this duration of this title reign, they need to let her have that aggression. I like to see her just have a match Tuesday night where it's just an absolute squash. Just have her go in there and just tear somebody apart. Just spam pop rocks. Hit him with it like until you're too dizzy to walk. Like, just go. Like,
Yeah.
Got a question, Tyler.
Yeah.
I got another recurring question that I always ask. Where are we with the pop rocks as a finisher, as her as a heel now? Because,
well,
the pop rocks, I think her doing the pop rocks multiple times.
Yeah.
Like how Cody Rhodes does a crossroads 3 times to end the match against a tough opponent or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think that works amazing as her with her as a heel. So
yep.
I want to get
we've and I love that you kind of revisit these topics because like that is something I railed on when she first turned heel. I railed on her continued use of pop rocks, and she stopped for a while, and she used the crossface primarily, or she pop rocks into the crossface. It looked brutal tonight. The pop rocks looked less showy and less fun and more threatening, and for that reason, man, it's if she wants to like I said, spam it like that, hit it 2 or 3 times. It's nasty when you do it that way. Then I'm concerned. Like she hits it once, like no disrespect, but like Roxanne Perez is not a huge wrestler. She's she's like 5'1". She's pretty tiny. Right. It's just like pop rocks. A lot of times I'm like, okay, it's a finish, but like it's a light finish. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like when she's hitting it, when the way she hit it tonight, it was scary. And like to say Roxanne Perez was doing something that was scary is pretty damn good. That's I think a big compliment for her as a heel. So yeah, if she's going to do it that way, I am 100%. I was already like 90, 85%, but like I'm 100% fine with her using this move as a heel now. In the table spot, that table didn't budge.
No, they both weigh about 200 combined,
right? But yeah, I'm fine with her using it. I at this point, like if she's going to be that brutal and that aggressive with it, go for it.
Yeah.
But gentlemen, and again with the crossface, I dig. I like that as a kind of a seamless transition too. Like it's solid. Yeah. She's good with it, and pin, submission, whatever, it works. Like I said, the aggression is there more than it was, and keep pushing it. Keep pushing the aggression. Well, but gents,
because she got Julia coming up, so
yeah,
she's going to need that aggression for sure.
You kiss that time goodbye when Julia comes in.
Yeah, that's after that happens, how much longer do you think Roxanne is destined to be in NXT?
Not long. Probably, I don't know. Probably before Survivor Series, right around that time.
Oh.
If you ask me, SummerSlam, that Raw after SummerSlam is the night to do it. She's been main roster ready for a long ass time, man.
We thought she was going last time. We really did. Thought that was it then.
They got Lyra Valkyria. That's fucking hilarious. He likes it. He really likes it. Yeah, she's been main roster ready. They've got Tiffy up there. They've got Lyra Valkyria up there, and as good as they are, either of those women were as main roster ready as Roxanne Perez. She's kind of they had kind of said they gave her this title as like a thank you almost because of how fucked she got last time. So I actually like that they did that. So I'm not like she's not like rotting down here. She's still like she's like the queen actually until she leaves. I think she's set. I think she's way past done. And this little heel run that they did that wasn't working and now it is. That's exactly what NXT's for. No, nobody can't say the PC don't work.
It's a good system. Trust the system.
When is Survivor Series?
November.
Okay, that's too far. Okay, never. Well, not necessarily. What I was going to say is, what I would love for them to do for Roxanne, if they could find something for her to do in NXT to prolong it. I do like Frank's advice of around Survivor Series. And the reason why I say that is because I point to Adam Cole having a match on Survivor Series. Like that, when they brought up Adam Cole to have a match, and then people were like, holy shit, who's this guy? Like, what? He's competing against main roster? Because on the watch along, then he mentioned maybe for Survivor Series having NXT like as a third brand for Survivor Series instead of it just being Raw versus SmackDown. Because it seemed to work well when they implemented NXT when they did the Survivor Series that year. I think that would benefit Roxanne Perez amazingly if they did it that way in the way they did for Adam Cole.
Yeah, I think that would work great. Like, because it did work brilliantly well with Cole. And then again, it's like if something works, like there is no reason to not, run it back. It's similar but different enough. Yeah, I could see that working very, very well. Frank, we lost you again, man. Can't hear you again. Frank's going to fist fight his mic by the end of this.
I hope
Frank.
We don't say anything to Frank because Frank is scary. Like we know what Frank can do.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
That's
Tony
why I
Hayes
know that microphone is fucked. That microphone is fucked.
We're
Tony Hayes is like,
because he can't talk.
Tony Hayes is like, why is Frank sideways? Frank is sideways because he can do whatever the hell he wants. He can beat my ass.
Not saying shit to Frank.
Oh, goodness. But Malik, before we hop into the jobbers and megastars of the night, is there anything else you guys want to touch on tonight's card?
Nah, just an amazing weekend of wrestling we got. Money in the Bank was great. Shout out to the women's Money in the Bank match. That was one of the probably the best women's ladder match I've seen. And NXT was just lit from start to finish. Usually I'm the critical one up here. I find something to be critical about. I can't do that tonight. So that speaks to the talent they have in NXT, and salute to Shawn Michaels for what he's doing down there. They're doing an amazing job developing these talents.
Agreed. Absolutely. It's awesome. Like I say this a lot, and people can, I don't know if they believe me or not when I say it, but like truthfully, NXT is my favorite weekly wrestling show. It's what I look forward to the most every week. I don't know if I've walked out of a Tuesday night NXT episode and not been happy with it. Like it's my favorite. It's my favorite thing. And the PLEs are always a blast. Like it's my favorite thing to cover. It's my favorite thing to talk about. And I love that I get to do that here with Dirt Sheet Radio. And it's awesome. But like it's amazing. They're doing amazing work. And one of the things that I love so much about it is getting to watch people grow and change and become that next generation of talent and superstars, like watching wrestlers grow. That's why I like going to indie shows at a local level. When you see someone that you watch, like literally have their first few matches, and then they're they're on television a couple years later, it's amazing. Like it's so cool, and it's one of the things I love about wrestling is that's one of the community aspects, and I love it. And it's fucking awesome. That's one of the things that NXT lets you get to see on more of a large scale, without having to go to your local armory. But do that. If they have indie shows near you, go. You should support independent wrestling everywhere, especially in your hometowns, okay? Do it. Sorry, I ranted about supporting independent wrestling there. But guys, that's going to take us into tonight's Jobber of the Night. I don't have one.
Me neither. I don't have one either. I'm sorry.
No. I refuse to do it. There's no jobber tonight. This show was amazing. And like, I know people are going to give a shit for saying that. Like, oh, you guys just, overblown. It's so good. No, this was amazing. There was not a bad match tonight. Every match was good. Everyone performed up to the level they should be performing at or beyond. It was incredible. I refuse to have a jobber of the night. You know what? The jobber of the night is me for not being in Toronto live to see that. That's it.
That's a good choice. I like that. Yeah, I'll take jobber of the night for that.
Too. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. This card was just amazing, man. I was thinking during the watch along, like, damn, I gotta give a jobber of the night. I don't have one tonight. I really don't. That's not us. That's not us being like homers for NXT or anything. I get we do this weekly, but really, like, if you haven't seen Heatwave, this is definitely a pay-per-view that you want to see. It gave me Takeover vibes. Like, what I was thinking when I was watching the pay-per-view is that I remember when I would watch Takeover on Saturday and then the PLE or pay-per-view, whatever they were calling it at that time, on Sunday. I was like, well, damn, they should flip this. You should give us the WWE shit on Saturday and then close out with NXT on Sunday. They did that this week, and it was amazing. So, I don't have a jobber of the night either.
And Frank, I'm assuming you're in the same boat with us, man?
He said his connection.
My connection. Yeah, y'all can't see this. We do have a chat going here, but Frank did just say in our little our group chat that his connection is the jobber of the night, and we agree with that. That's a fair choice as well. That's a fair choice as well. But that's going to pull us into our mega stars of the night for NXT Heatwave, and where there was a dearth of options for jobber of the night, I think there are far too many for megastar. Like I said, guys, everybody fired on all cylinders tonight, and I don't even know where to start to choose. Like, my initial choice was going to be Kelani Jordan, just because, like, she turned it up so much tonight, and I did not expect that from her. But then, Andre Chase, like, so I don't know, guys. Like, I'm going to go with my first gut on that. If I got to settle it to one person, I'm going to go with Kelani Jordan tonight, just because of how much she cranked up the performance and how well she did and how interested it has me in her character going forward. So if I had to pick one, I'll say Kelani.
I got to go with Javon Evans, man. Just the stuff I saw on my TV tonight. I was watching that match and I was watching Javon Evans. Like, if I wasn't a wrestling fan who watched this weekly, who would I watch this pay-per-view and be like, okay, I need to come watch NXT again because of this person? Mm-hmm. And Andre Chase did an amazing job. Roxanne Perez, Lola Vice did an amazing job. Javon Evans doing everything that he did tonight is what kids look on the TV and want to be and say, hey, I want to be like him. It gave me a Jeff Hardy feel. Like, hey, like when I used to watch Jeff Hardy, it just automatically made me a fan for him. The no caring about his body. It's just I just want to entertain the fans, and I want to look seamless while I do it. That's the flow that I got from Javon Evans, and this is coming from the criticism of him may not being ready for the title picture now. It was pressure on Javon Evans, his first PLE, his first time performing outside of the country, according to Shawn Michaels or what he said. This was a big moment for Javon Evans, and he delivered in every way possible. Yep. Javon Evans is my megastar of the night.
Yeah, he did just absolutely amazing. And a lot of the match hinged on him, which that's incredible too, to have that level of faith in him so quickly. A lot of those spots were his spots, like either he doing the move or taking the move, and he didn't screw up once. I don't think there was even a hint of a slip up. If anything, people couldn't keep up with him. Like when he did that cutter, Ethan Page didn't keep up. That wasn't on Javon. That was Ethan. Still looked great though, but like, he's just so damn fast. But yeah, he was amazing tonight. Yeah, that match wouldn't have worked without him. Wouldn't have worked. And yeah, you're right. Shawn did say on the media call this was his first time ever leaving the country. Which cool. They got his passport in order and everything, right? Hey, if they can get the Usos to Canada, they can get anybody to Canada.
If they can get Jacob to Canada, they can get
anybody to Canada. Because Jay just got like a DUI. Jacobs was a little more, but
yeah.
We won't get into it here, guys. Google exists, but yeah, I was shocked at that when they showed the new bloodline walking in. I was like, holy shit! How'd they smuggle Jacob Fatu into the country?
Yeah, Frank had a question. He said, "Why didn't they give him Ricochet?" I think that would have been amazing. By the way, I think Ricochet versus Javon Evans is a top tier type match in my opinion. So I'm kind of hoping with Ricochet is that he doesn't sign with AEW. Sorry, John. I know this is your dream match. I'm sorry, John. But what I'm kind of hoping is that he kind of goes the TNA route, so he still kind of has the connection to WWE a little bit, and we get to see the Javon Evans version.
That's so fucked up. Like he's got to support Samantha Irvin, and he wants him to go to TNA. Have you seen Samantha Irvin? She needs a big check, man. Don't do Ricochet like that. That's fucked up.
I'm looking out for the kid here, okay? Ricochet's at his top.
This is all for Javon.
Evans here, okay? That's why I did that. I knew he was going to do that. That's why I said it.
Oh, damn. Oh, man. Now, I will say, I do hope that, and again, since Vince is gone, I'm not as worried about this as I would have been. But I do hope that, at the main roster level, they're not looking at Javon Evans and be like, well, we just lost Ricochet.
Right. Right. No,
like,
leave him at NXT. Let him go.
Yeah, no. Right. He needs to be down there for a couple of years. Yeah. Like, he's got a lot of coming together and building to do before he is even close to ready for main roster. But he's damn good. He is damn good. But yeah, he's got.
I just want Frank to know we're not ignoring you. We just can't hear you.
He's been throwing some comments and questions in the little chat there for us too. But yeah, it was.
This is good. This shows us that we are accessible as a podcast. If anybody who was vocally challenged, who was so inclined to join us on a podcast, they could use this chat and it'd be great. So
fantastic. Yeah, it was a great show tonight, guys. I will say, Frank, I know you can hear us and you can type. Who did you have as your megastar of the night? Frank is typing. We are awaiting Frank's response. Ethan Page. Frank says Ethan Page. Yeah.
Still a great choice.
Yeah, absolutely fair choice. Ethan Page. Again, everybody looked good tonight. But yeah, Ethan Page looked great. Ethan Page is a star. Like I said, I've watched this dude since he started in Ring of Honor, and I've been a fan of his since then. Like he's awesome. Yeah, hell of a choice, Frank. Hell of a choice.
Yeah, I'm excited for Tuesday to see the amount of shit he talks. Even though he didn't really. Trick kind of won the championship for him, but
right.
Ethan Page's heel work is so top tier that the shit talk that he has on Tuesday should be diabolical. I can't wait to hear what it is.
He'll be able to convince me he won that championship all by himself. Like he's damn good. And Frank in the chat just said too, Ethan's facial expressions. He has very, very good emotes. He's fantastic at that as well. But yeah, he's a hell of a talker. Yeah. And the Tuesday night, I remember you know what? He did do that by himself. Fuck what I saw with my own eyes. I don't know what I saw. All ego, baby. All ego. But fantastic pick.
Chael Sonnen is actually a really good comparison, Frank. He is just like, they have the same demeanor. The way they think about who they are, their egos, and the way Ethan talks, that's a great comparison, Frank. I see that.
Hell yeah.
I'm a huge Chael Sonnen fan. Love the bad guy, man. I love the bad guy. It's a great comparison.
Oh man, fantastic. But gents, before we kind of get into our kind of shopkeeping bits here, is there anything else you want to touch on tonight's show?
No, man. Amazing show. I need more of that in my veins for sure. Amazing. Absolutely. Amazing PLE.
What's that? I got to catch up on TNA, Tony. I'll be honest. I'm a few weeks behind. I have them on my DVR. I actually have Access TV.
I wanted to keep you guys, even if you weren't watching TNA. I'm not watching TNA. I just know.
I don't have it, but
I don't. That's not. I mean, I could pirate it, but I mean, I can't watch just wrestling. I'm sorry. I have other things I like to enjoy, but I did. The reason I brought up Wesley going to TNA is because Charlie Dempsey beat up the Rascals. So I was like, this storyline already started, kind of. I thought already, and he addresses his future on Tuesday or whatever. He's free to deal with Charlie Dempsey for beating up his boys over on TNA, and that's actually a great direction for him. I don't know how long this TNA's partnership is going to last or how it actually works, but it would be great for him to be involved in something that would have that kind of buzz, because people really care about this. Even people, unfortunately, they don't care enough to tune in, which I don't know how to fix that. That's not my job. Sorry, but they care enough to talk about it online and post about it. And if I post a video of fucking Charlie Dempsey showing up at TNA on Instagram, it gets fucking 20,000 likes. But TNA can't get 20,000 people to tune in. So I don't know how to fix that. But it's still a good thing to have Wesley involved with something with this kind of buzz online like that.
Yeah, and it's the partnership's been good so far, but right, like the part of the goal for TNA has to be putting more eyes on their product and their talent, and I think that will happen. I just think it's going to take time. This can't be one of those things where they give up on it in 4 or 5 months because they're not getting the return they want yet. It's going to take time. Like the cross promotion is going to have to be going on for a while. And speaking of cross promotion again, I'd be remiss if I did not bring up at the end of the broadcast tonight, real quick flash, Joe Hendry. Turn to face the camera. That was it. So I would assume Tuesday night we'll probably see Hendry on there as well.
Yeah. I was actually asked about that today, how I felt about the crossover with WWE and TNA. I said exactly what you said. I don't think about it as what's going on right now. I don't look at it like that. I look at it as a long play. What's the long-term plan for the people that are involved in this connection? So I agree totally with what you said, Tyler.
And I think that the company is being helmed by people that are willing to give it time and willing to wait and willing to let something grow and breathe and actually try to let it come to fruition instead of being incredibly impatient and, cutting its knees off before it even had a chance. Right. So I have faith that they're going to be able to do that. Yeah. And it's cool. It's just fun to see. It's just so much fun. And there's a lot of interesting matches they can go with. And there's a lot of fun, like callbacks, little winks and nods they can play. Like the fact that they have said nothing of, Santino and Ariana Grace.
Right.
It's going to happen eventually.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Like,
right.
Like it's awesome. It's awesome. Frank is cursing his hillbilly Wi-Fi, and I can get behind that. I'm a native West Virginian, Frank. I don't know if you knew that about me or not, brother. But I can hear you. I heard you.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, for now. Give me a minute.
But gentlemen, before we get going here tonight, just a couple quick shots here. I want to give a shout to one of our wonderful sponsors out there, monk.com, aromatherapy, which recently found out it's smokable. It is smokable aromatherapy. So I'm loosely familiar with the concept of smokable aromatherapies. As much as I'll say about that. But shout out to monk.com for being one of our amazing sponsors. And guys, if you enjoyed the show tonight and you hit that like, that subscribe, I know you get tired of hearing people say that, but we appreciate it. It really makes a big difference for us if you do whatever platform you're watching us on, like and subscribe, comments. We appreciate all of it, guys. But if you had a good time tonight with us, talking wrestling, breaking everything down, you need to know that we're not just here for PLEs like tonight and last night. No, friends. Dirt Sheet Radio is here every weekday night for you, breaking down the weekly shows. So we will be back tomorrow night after Monday Night Raw to break that down with you. We'll be here Tuesday night talking NXT, Wednesday night for AEW Dynamite. Thursdays, we are always breaking down TNA Impact, and Fridays is SmackDown as always. And guys, popping up in the middle there, we have the flagship show, which always goes early in the Thursday mornings. It's usually sometimes in the middle of the night Wednesday. So if you're up late, if you got the insomnia, the night owl, stick with them, as it's always a fun time. But it's always posted Thursday mornings. And Malik, what happens every Sunday?
3NT Wrestling.
Yes, sir. 3NT every Sunday. Also here with Third Sheet Radio, guys. always a lot going on.
Y'all gotta send me that graphic.
Yo, I got you. I'm sorry, Tyler. It's the aromatherapy. I had me. What's Sunday? Wait, you really do me for a loop too. It's like, oh wait, Sunday. I'm like panicking over here. Oh wait,
I'm sorry.
It's all good, dude. It's been a long night. It was a long weekend.
Yeah, no shit. You like you did the watch along. And then the recap, like you've just been talking on air since basically like 7 o'clock. So
yeah.
Oh man. But speaking of that, man, where can the people find you next, man? Where will they see you next?
Oh man, y'all can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, Matthew Malik Wilson. Shout out to MLBbro.com. That's kind of like my day job, man, bringing y'all black sports, black baseball players, letting y'all know what's going on with there. Other than that, you can catch me on Tuesdays, NXT recap, Fridays, SmackDown recap, and Sundays, 3T Wrestling. Appreciate y'all's support, man.
Frank, brother, can we hear you? Is the question, I guess. No, we cannot. We have lost Frank again. Mike, the ultimate heel is that microphone this evening. That is without question.
Well, shout out to Frank and Enforcers BJJ and Enforcers BJJ Wrestling. Frank, I appreciate the plug, man. Make sure y'all check my boy out, man.
Yeah. Frank, awesome. And as it was awesome having you on tonight, Frank, as little as we actually got to have with y'all. It was awesome to get you on there. We'll have to get you on more often so we can get past these damn internet issues. And I can speak to that. I know truth. Like I said, I'm from West Virginia. The internet down there ain't good, guys. And they got like one provider and they got a monopoly on the whole state, and
Same
it's
here.
shitty. Like,
yeah.
But Frank, brother, man, we'll have you on anytime you're available to be on.
Yes, sir.
You are always welcome. That goes with all of our hosts, but like, man, you are always welcome to be on here. We love getting to have you on. So thank you, Frank, for making it out tonight. And guys, I'll be back tomorrow night. And Malik, you said you're not gonna be able to make your. I will be back tomorrow night for Raw. I'll be here Tuesday. Malik, maybe not. We'll see. We'll
see. I might be able to pull a rabbit out of that.
All right, we'll find out. We'll have to play it by ear on Tuesday, guys. But I'll be here tomorrow night breaking down Raw with Caesar and John when he's popping in Tuesday night. Possibly with Malik. CJ will be here as well, hopefully. And then that's what I do, guys. That's on Monday, Tuesday, Raw NXT. I love it. It's a fantastic time. And if you want to find me online, The Pro Wrestling Hipster over on Facebook is where you're going to find most of what I'm doing. It's a lot of memes, it's, a lot of goofiness, a lot of fun, guys. We try to have a good time over there within the constraints of Facebook's community policy guidelines. But guys, it was a fantastic night of professional wrestling. I will speak for Frank saying thank you all very much for tuning in. Guys, have a wonderful evening. We'll be back live tomorrow.